Since 2014, our country has been plagued by divisive forces. TMC is in Meghalaya with the mission to empower the people, uphold the ethnic cultures and traditions, celebrate the sacred land. To oust the proxy BJP government from Meghalaya, be the change, support TMC by calling on 96877 96877.
Nisuyang pasakantikon sang Saturday Meghalaya News 24 channel na rumchakswa ang balsrami isangma aruyan dal ni koborang. Kobor chiti ko matsuani gitadi reba ingpa chang sopri bunga gapa 100 grams wan galao je songrang an trok na ba kora nasking achim wa songrang chasa drum wan gala committee ni chairman aru secretary ni ko form rang kora ina mangen. Form rang ko rai kapati submit kagpa songrang yano trok na man chongmotken nede ungcha indi ba committee ba se ani ko dakangin aru yatken ya contact number skusa sni 00 bunga brigni doksa gni aro skusa skujiro chet sku brisa chet bunga gni bri yona khate khoborang rana kata mangen. Meghalaya Legislative Assembly Autumn Session September School Hajalgani Kulgurkani Githarikuni Abachingaha. Skangpa session ni Salo Chief Minister Conrad Sangma, Batanggaman Bilsi August Chigitam Tariko, Haini Trap National Liberation Council, Ba HNLC ni Dulgapa Chesterfield Thankyuko so Otani Bidungo, Justice T. Veifei one-man commission inquiry ni report ko table kachingaha. Wa report ko Justice Veifei ni aganani gitadi police dol wa operation ko sumsaki jatakaha aru wandakani aselsa ex-militant ni Dulgapa jangi ko kumatna nanga oka akaha. Justice Veifei ni unisandi e manani o aganani gitadi tactical team sa wa operation ko Chesterfield thank you ko arrest ka ani somoyo nanga nabade forces rang ko jakalaha. Reporto aganani gitade tactical meeting o siang pasagi ko gona de ungchachim ndibar na san meeting ka achim ne jana pangha ne khoborna wiataha.
First of all, this was a complete independent inquiry that was done, and as was committed from the government side, we have laid the report completely in a very transparent manner on the table of the House, so that all the facts can come out. And therefore, this inquiry also was conducted and done on the basis of the concerns and also of the public in general. And therefore, it was done. So now that the report is out, we have laid it out, and all the facts are there in it for everybody to see. If you look in para 5 of the report, the report itself has mentioned that the details of multiple investigations contained sensitive information regarding the manner and mode of investigation and crime detection, which was still ongoing, and disclosure thereof is likely to prejudice such investigation and was contrary to public interest. That's the first observation that was made. And the second was that statements were also being made on behalf of the police officers involved in the police action, and disclosure of the names of these officers could seriously endanger their personal safety. So therefore, the Commission itself has recommended in their report that these names should not be made public in the interest of the safety of the police, number one, and number two, also because there are ongoing investigations that are there, and sensitive names of people who provided sensitive information based on which the entire investigation took shape and moved forward. Those names were there, and hence it would hamper the overall investigation in the larger overall interest of the public that those names be not made public. And this was a recommendation of the Commission itself, and hence based on that recommendation and mention, we have omitted the names.
Opposition ni Dilgapa Trinamal Congress Party ni Legislator Dr. Mukul Sangma ni Scrubber sa agana ni gitade Chesterfield thank you ni gaman sandir kete report rang ko na upang chaki ya case ko abachingaw nin public ko na rabana nang hacham andak yung ingon justice ni ya case ni gaman report on gaman ko bara chakchaha andak yo bostar ko ni atken chimode sorkari aro authority saksa sakapano mamang khadong grkani dongja ni Dr. Sangma agana ha Unbaksa na opposition leadership Whip George Pilingdoba dongpangaha ne khobor ko matsuha.
I have said, I am putting the question before the government. The government has to tell me and government has to tell the people of the state. Based on the circumstances leading to this unfortunate killing of Chesterfield, thank you. Going by this report, there is a reason to ask the government to come clear on whether there was a criminal conspiracy to lead to this unfortunate incident wherein the deceased has to become a victim of this thoughtless killing. So this question we are putting before the government, and this same question the people of the state should put before the government. And therefore, if the answer has to come, therefore there has to be an inquiry. What type of inquiry? An independent inquiry.
Meghalaya Legislative Assembly o lekha ko jakhal jaha indi ba gamakan thef ko sa gamakan jakhalinga ha. Autumn session no business ni digital transaction rangko takna legislature sakanti kon train ka ha. Ya ko dakna magsongani de lekha jakhalani ko komiat na dakani unga. Assembly o digital ko jakhalani ko national e-vidan application ba NEVA ni ninga o tablets ba e-book ko legislature rangna attach ka chape table ge prakon unaha ne khoborna parakanga ha. Sur Kabri U, Haini Trap Ba, Manderang ni Kurang, Justice D. Baifai ni, Haini Trap National Liberation Council ni, Gacham Dulgapa Chesterfield thank you ni gaman Tarigapa report ko jegalang ha. September ni Sku Tariko Rilbong Junction no cover atim kaparang na organization ni Dulgapa agana ni gatade, wamang report ko dira chakna matjawa, ndi ba CM thok taki rongthale thari e ona kosa nang nakinga. Uni agana ni gitade Justice Chief Baifai ni tarik pa report chu ungja ba chu sokopa ungja maina wamang ni dulgapa ko so tanio bak tong phagapa manderang ni bimung ko Justice Baifai ni reporto se jaha ni matnangani ko takaha Wandage organization ya case ko rana gata fast track court takska china ne dabiani ko takaha ne khoborna pharakanga ha Assembly Dombe Grugapani report ko IIT Guwahati High Power Committee ni Makawana September Sku Thari ko rabaha High Power Committee IIT Guwahati ko mengeni ni gaman sandiang na agana hachim skang para technical finding gani para building ni naljokani gaman unga IIT Guwahati ni reporto agana ni kita de Assembly building dom ni drumani asel be gruha ndake ungen chimoba building gamak te naljoka aro nama ne report ko nang ha
After going through the entire report, certain decisions were arrived at, and I would like just to mention a few points on the report summary of this 500-page report. So there, the entire 500 pages are not here, but the main parts are here. So in this report, there were two aspects that we had stressed on, which we wanted IIT Guwahati to give us their technical findings on. The first was the reason for the collapse of the dome, and second was the overall safety of the building and the strength in the structure of the building. In the first case, the findings of the IIT Guwahati on the reasons of the collapse of the building was number one, because of the action of dead load alone, which means the overall weight of the entire dome was too heavy for it to sustain. And in that aspect, they've mentioned different aspects about the fact that they required a large number of coordination. And they've mentioned that there was a lack of coordination between the different agencies, which is the design, PMC, and construction. While these designs were being implemented, these coordinations, if they'd taken place, then most probably the situation would not have occurred. Second, they have mentioned about the safety of the building, and in this, the final finding of the report Anyway, so the final finding of the report in this case was that the rest of the building was found to be safe, and all the structural strengths and the foundation strengths that are there were found to be as per standards. So these are the findings of the HPC of the IIT Guwahati, and accordingly this was placed in the HPC, and the HPC has now further instructed or directed the government that they must immediately call the different stakeholders, which are the designers and the contractors and the PMC, and ask for explanation based on these reports that are there, and whatever explanation they give based on that, come with suggestions on what further the process should follow, and they should be placed in the next HPC, which the Honorable Chairperson of the HPC, the Honorable
Dalni koburang di yarangsan. Ya koburang ni gemen nambate ma sinasko di Meghalaya News 24.com ni ko porai na gata matgen. Sakan tiko ni suhanina mutela.